4, 7.
Oh no, my camera!
What? Ah, ha, ha. You didn't turn it on.
Oh no.
You chump.
I'm gonna
Paid professionals, chat.
I'm gonna have to. Oh no.
Paid professional, chat.
Oh no.
I'm a paid professional. I had my lines all queued.
You actually were very prepared today, and I let you down.
I've been let down.
All right, I'm gonna switch over to this.
Just let freaking down.
I'm so sorry, everybody.
Let
Welcome
down.
in, everybody. Let's see if this works. Should work.
Why do you treat me this way, Chris?
Why do I treat you
Why?
this way?
How dare you treat me this way?
Okay. It's gonna go dark for a second because I need to add my camera back.
What?
Hold. Face Chris.
Chat, I want X's
now-
in chat for anybody that believes that Chris actually knows what he's doing.
That is what we call a part of the landscape.
I should not see any X's in chat.
Welcome in, everybody. It's a big Christopher. That's right. You guys just saw me full screen, full whatever you would like to call that. But
Full frontal.
I don't know about that one.
Full frontal Christopher. Sunday.
Oh, my gosh. Ew, it's 100. No, Emerson, it is me. It is I. It is we. Welcome in, everybody. We're painting up our new Frameable. I literally just primed this.
Yeah, this could go bad because it is very humid here. So
Yes.
I will preface this with I am airbrushing acrylics over acetone spray primer on a humid day. So
within
this
a couple
could go very bad.
Within a couple minutes. That's okay, though. I literally, hey, this is good. Is this the famous tight ship that Chris runs at your service?
Yes.
Don't
Tight ship.
Don't hesitate.
Tight ship. That's one way of putting it.
It's something. Welcome in, everybody.
Leaky boat.
Who do we got here?
I would say leaky boat.
Chaos Angel.
Slightly
speaking of
leaky
boats.
fishing boat.
Thank you for that 8-month prime. Or just 8-month substrate.
Slightly leaky pontoon.
I am
John
not.
boat.
I am a product of the world.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your environment.
Yes. Is that the same thing, the world and the environment?
Probably. You could probably get away with that.
Big Bobzilla, Chris would never give up his bubble gun to patch the leak either. What? I don't know what that means.
What does that mean? What does that?
What
does that mean?
What's up, Double T? Marshall Stout. Yeah, it's a ship full of spaghetti and hope. Whoa. I'm not just spaghetti. I find that offensive.
No, you don't.
No, and by offensive, I mean offense.
Oh, God. Like a white picket?
Welcome in, everybody. Jason?
Chris?
What are we doing?
We're doing a lot of nothing. I'm painting.
What
You're over there babbling.
is it that you're painting?
It is, wait for it, Duchess Prime. Duchess Prime.
Thank you for that second there. Yes,
One of our new texture trainer Framables that I am super excited to paint. So
Yeah.
I'm painting it.
That's super
Dang
cool.
it.
Jason, I concur.
Dang it. I don't care what you think. I'm doing it with or without your permission, Chris.
Thomas says, when does the Frameable come out in the U.S.?
Monday.
That's right. Is that Han Solo in Carbonite? No, Rucket, but
That would be a fun one to do if you know anybody at Disney.
yeah, seriously. Why don't you get on that licensing for us?
Technically, we could just make anything in Carbonite.
I guess that's true.
What are they going to do?
Jason, can the next Frameable be you or me in Carbonite?
100% no.
What?
I had you for a second.
It would be an easy paint job. Now I want to do all of them in Carbonite.
Just to graze it.
Can we buy the STL for that on Monday as well? No.
No,
We do not sell the
we don't do
STLs.
STLs. We only do the physicalized product.
physicalized product.
I'm not going to hire a bunch of customer service people to deal with questions about why your printer didn't print the STL properly.
That's right.
These are all hand-poured resin. They're not 3D printed.
Yep. What's the difference, Jason?
What?
3D printed over hand poured resin.
Well, hand-poured resin is going to have much better resolution ultimately.
Yeah.
Assuming that you clean the master. The masters are always 3D printed, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at any of the... Hell, if you look at GW plastic, sometimes you will find on the GW plastics, you'll find print marks because they don't clean the master, and then they send it out to mold, and they mold the master that came out of a 3D printer that has print lines on it, and then the mold for the plastics has print lines in it.
Interesting.
Yeah, same with resin. A lot of resin manufacturers, if they don't clean, like if you check areas in between like thigh and back and knees and things like that.
I knew about the mold lines, right? But
everything, all of the masters are done two ways. You either have a hand sculpt, that is done with green stuff or epoxy clay or something like that,
right?
And so you could mold this out of clay,
and
then you can make a mold of that, and the clay would only ever have the imperfections that the hands of the maker
that's
put in it.
That's kind of like how Zaba does it, right?
Lucas does all of his hand sculpted,
Wow,
if you do 3D sculpts, then the only way to do it is to 3D print it, so you turn it from the 3D sculpture that you've made into a physical model, and that 3D print has to be cleaned.
Okay, interesting.
And by cleaned, it means like sand the print lines down so that you don't see them. These, by being, like if you zoom in close, you'll notice that even all of her round features don't have any print lines.
Right.
Because the guys on the master went and cleaned them all up really, really well.
Yeah.
So
it's great.
There's very, very few areas where you can see that there was a print line at all.
She looks great.
So.
Stonewall says, question, been having trouble dry brushing with Rogue Hobbies Orange Red. Is it so thin that it doesn't stay on the brush very well? I have not had the problem with any other colors doing this. Is Orange Red normally super thin?
Orange Red is more translucent.
Okay.
It's not as opaque.
Maybe
because it's heavy on the orange, and orange is a more translucent color. So you might be finding that it isn't gonna, if you don't want to thin it at all, of course.
Right.
And take more off. And in some cases, let the brush season a bit. Like once you get the paint on it, let the paint sit for a bit in the brush and then dry brush. If you take it wet, it may not give you enough color to do what you're looking to do.
Right.
So you can always play with it like that. I'm gonna play. Speaking of play, I'm gonna just play with all the new 3 primers.
Yeah.
Take some red oxide over this. Why not?
Do
what I want.
You're gonna do some zenithols?
I'm gonna do some fun. We're just gonna have some fun, Chris. And you're not my boss. So you don't get to tell me what to do.
I am not your boss, and I won't tell you what to do. But what I can do.
Oh, here we go.
Is
he can't.
I can.
He can't.
Damage says, what color is this on the model? Payne's Gray. No, this is the new dark purple primer. And by new, I mean it's been out for a little bit. Can you send her up a little for me?
No.
There it is. Oh, Gandalf. Wow. This model went from resin to, or unprimed to now it's already coming to life. T. Schmidt saying, are you going to Bob Ross that background, Fuse?
Yes.
And by Bob Ross, what does that mean? That means, are you going to do like her in a scene, or are you going to do her more in like...
More like a traditional kind of Victorian painting style. I'm not going to do a scene like I have with the other ones.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do like
Darth, thank you so much for that.
Some blended color.
Yeah. Like a brown? What are you thinking?
Yeah, like a reddish brown, I think, and golds.
Oh.
I think would work really well.
Oh, she's going to be gold? Is she going to be gold?
No, she'll be silver.
Ooh.
I think. Chrome.
Oh, chrome. Oh, chrome? That's cool.
So I'm just feathering the primer on here. I don't want to build up too much opacity. You can see that even when using something that's quite opaque like a primer, I can get quite a bit of the purple to show through.
Yeah.
Which is nice. And then I'm just going to kind of spot fill the colors into the background here.
Nice. These are cool. But yes, Monday, the 24th, keep an eye out. Lots going on. Big stuff coming. Chat. Big stuff.
something like that.
That looks great. What other sculpts are you guys making for the new Framables?
We have 3 in the original on the initial launch.
Right.
It is Duchess Prime, Serviathan, the Lord of Hooks, the fish guy that you've seen. I'll show them to you in a minute. And then Private General, Kronk and Thrug. I think it's Kronk and Thrug, isn't it? Gronk and Thrug? Might be Gronk. I forget how I named him. Gronk and Thrug.
Gronk and Thrug.
The 2-headed troll.
Yeah, I love that.
They're all great. They're all great.
What's that troll? What's that mythical creature called?
Etten?
Oh, it's an Etten. Etten? I hardly know her. Sorry. I only get one of those today, chat.
He'll do another one.
I won't. Actually,
and then he'll say, well, I make up the rules on my own.
Am I Jimmy Stewart now?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah? Well, I wish I'd never been born.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave this crummy old town and see the world.
Yeah, see the world.
You wouldn't stay considered to run the bank, would you? Hell no.
You can't make me.
Potter.
Potter.
I'm almost afraid to buy the Wizard's Butt set because if I fall in love with any of the colors, then I can't replace it. When I run out, I'll be so upset. I'm sure you all saw our post yesterday, and just be ready for those. Just be ready to click.
Serviathan, the Lord of Hooks.
1 second. Okay.
Serviathan, the Lord of Hooks. He has a little hook on his emblem there.
I like that.
He's the Lord of Hooks.
Man, these every time you look at him,
what do you want to call it? Lord of Hooks.
You find something
Lord
new.
Of Hooks. I painted the background at Nova Open with the bubbles, and ocean, just to show how you can have fun painting the backdrops for these, and it creates a whole story for them.
Yeah.
And then Gronk and Thrug.
Nice.
Private General, Gronk and Thrug.
I love his hand. That really speaks to me. It's just like the
He's got it rested on his gut.
I like that.
He's got very stringy hair and gold. I can imagine we're just going to do it in like blue and gold epaulettes and stuff. It's kind of like we did the orc pirate guy. But yeah, these are great. So those are the initial 3. And then, of course,
the initial
Duchess Prime that you're seeing me work on here.
We have so much going on. So many.
They're
beautiful
things. Chat, and they
They're
fit
really
in
cool.
any 4. Well, I can't say any because somebody probably makes a 4x6 frame they won't fit in.
Gosh
but
dang! Maybe this is how you teach me how to do non-metallic metal.
It could be. They are intended to go in a 4x6 frame, so you can go out and get yourself a really cool old like Baroque style frame if you wanted, like gilded gold, or just get one and paint it, or make your own. So you can do whatever you want to frame them and then hang them up and set them on a desk, hang them on the wall, whatever you want.
Nicaprio says these Framables are an amazing idea. Question about them.
Yeah.
Number 1, what are the dimensions in the millimeters? When are they going to be available internationally in the rest of the North Americas?
I think that they're 15 by 10 centimeters. So 150 by 100 millimeters.
Is
the frame size that they're supposed to go in? I don't know how big they are.
Which is a 4x6 standard.
I think it's 10 by 15 centimeters is 4x6.
I should have given you the frame is in the other room.
Yeah.
I'll have to go grab that.
Yeah, you can go grab it and then we can put it in.
What it does.
While he's gone, if I can do this correctly here. Okay, yeah, I can just set it down. Don't do that, Chris.
You imagine.
He's over here trying to kill himself.
All right, I'm back. Look at us, questions galore. I'm going to ask an annoying question.
As you
Stan,
will.
I love that. Great intro to your question asking. There's no annoying questions. Is shipping from EU store to UK going to be for a launch for the new products?
Yes. We'll have that set up for Monday. And then we'll just keep it until we get the UK store opened.
Ooh, this taupe is nice.
Yeah, we get all 3 colors if I do like that, right? That actually looks pretty good.
Rucket, who drew those cheeks on the wizard's butt? Those are some suggestionable cheeks. Our marketing designer, Alex, did. He had some fun with that one. But yes, I know you all have. What's up, Eric? Yes, we are. We have a week of firsts coming up, chat. A week of firsts. Wanderer says, "Will taupe be coming to the non-primer line?"
Yes, that's my
yesterday.
goal. We'll see how it turns out, but yeah.
Craig J says, "This is my favorite Framable. She looks glorious."
She is amazing. I can't wait to get one to Vince. Vince Venturella has demanded one of these. He's really hyped about her. So
yeah.
I want to see what Vince does. I think it's going to be great.
I think I would like to paint Sir Leviathan.
Surviathan's my favorite.
And
he's the first one I designed.
I'd like him like on a goldfish head.
All right, I like that.
Pretty cool.
I like that. We'll go with that. We'll go with that, chat. Now I want to show you just how simple this could be. You see what we've done there, where we just take and do a quick zenithal with some colors, right? It makes it really, really cool. And then imagine,
let me zoom out just a touch.
Imagine how easy that is. Mm-hmm. Can you pop out a little bit so we can get the whole thing?
There we go.
You know, imagine how easy this would be to just run with. Take this cheap $4.99 frame from Michaels or Hobby Lobby or whatever, right?
Oh my gosh, go to your thrift store. There's probably 1,000 of these.
Right, and now you've just got this really cool, quick airbrush zenithal thing that you can hang on the wall or put on your desk that it still has enough depth and detail that you don't even have to be a good painter to really get a lot out of the Framables from a lifestyle art piece way, which is what I'm really stoked about, is that people who aren't on their journey yet for miniature painting and aren't worried about learning skills and non-metallic metal and all that could still do really cool things with these.
Yeah.
Right.
Tell us, that was kind of the whole message behind these, right?
What's that?
That's kind of the whole message behind these, right?
Yeah. Altian says, why does it take so long to get new colors? I'm going to read it like I think you're saying it. Why does it take so long to get new colors? The salmon one has been several years. Is taupe also going to take a few years?
Well, isn't salmon's more of is become a joke.
Well, let me answer the question.
Yeah.
The answer is we make all of our paint the old world way by hand. So I can't just put numbers in a computer and have it spit out paint like all of our competitors do. So things take a little bit longer. And we typically don't do a whole lot of releases inside of a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, certain colors just lag because we have a priority list of colors that I really want to get out. The eclectic salmon as the highlight for red is something that should have been out, but we kind of changed course 2-3 years ago into the signature colors, and most of what you've seen has been the signature line coming out for 3 years. And in that 3 years, it's all been working with those artists to make those colors. This has been the first year we haven't had a signature release, and we did the AMP colors, which technically are a signature Dallas Kemp line of colors, right? Like 18 Dallas Kemp colors.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really the reason. It just didn't fit anywhere in there. But the next releases that we do are going to be the Contrast Killers and then Expansion Set 5. And in Expansion Set 5, you will see a lot of these colors that hopefully like taupe, definitely Eclectic Salmon. Those colors will be in there. So hopefully you guys can see the power of this. I don't know that this is the frame I would use for this, but it still looks really good.
Oh, you could paint that frame.
And like I said, this is just a, I don't know, what is this? I don't know. This is just some Hobby Lobby
you could totally
cheap frame.
You could totally spray paint the frame too.
Just take the glass out, obviously.
Yeah. And
then depending on if it comes with the little cardboard slide and all the other pieces, leave whatever you need to in to make it fit snug in there. Easy peasy, man. Glorious.
Mo says hashtag still waiting. Lumberjack eclectic salmon still waiting. Hey, you're gonna wait.
Whatever, bro.
You like how I got fierce angry right there, Jason?
Whatever,
I was
bro.
like, hey, you guys got to wait.
Yeah, you got to wait. Bro.
How many paint will the contrast line be, says Kenneth the Red?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe 48 tops.
That's a lot.
Kind of. Like maybe 48. What do you think? 48 work? 48 enough?
Everybody's asking what those are, Jason. What are you even talking about right now? There's so much. There's so much going on.
No
Chat?
idea. I mean, we didn't just,
Stay tuned.
the other day go through and in no time paint up a Wookiee with our contrast killers.
Wookiee?
Look at that leather.
That's pretty dope. 48 is a great number. Hey, it's a good number.
Yeah. So this was just all the contrast killers on here. We mixed and blended them together and had some fun with them while Dallas was on stream. And then I went back and I dry brushed white blue over the Payne's Gray contrast speed paint, whatever you want to call it, that we did on the gun. And then I just dry brushed white blue over it, and it is kind of like the gun's done. So very, very quick. And then you can just go back and detail them like you want. But this is pretty good. I mean, you just paint the base, and this is pretty good. Paint the mouth.
Oh, that's great.
Some other little details. But yeah, we had some fun doing all sorts of colors and mixing stuff up and coloring our Wookiees.
Alton, that stream does no longer exist. Well, this one does. This one does.
Go back and watch Friday's stream, and you'll see me using them the entire stream. Playing with them, mixing colors together, showing you the power of the medium. I mixed the medium with Payne's Gray because I don't have a Payne's Gray yet. So yeah, showed you what's coming.
Jason, you got a lot of cool stuff for us.
The time frame for that is Adepticon if all goes well. I reserve the right that may not happen at all, but that's our goal.
Hey, you're allowed to do whatever you want.
I'm the boss.
That's right.
I'm kind of thinking I'll start with bright yellow ochre.
Eric says, yes, those Wookiees came out amazing. So these will be on hand at Adepticon. Will they be on hand maybe for people to look at? We'll see.
Yeah, it could be.
We reserve the right. You heard the man.
What's the difference between a contrast type paint and a heavy body wash?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, actually, pin that one. Boing.
So washes are meant to specifically leave less of a filter behind and put most of the pigment in the low spots. That's a wash. What speed paint, contrast, whatever branding trademark you want to use did when GW came out with that was have a higher tint strength across the entirety of the model while also allowing more pigment to build up in the recesses so that you got more of a gradient.
Yeah.
Whereas a wash does a very light gradient showing almost the color that's underneath it 100%, almost. It tints it a little bit. Say it has like 10% tint strength at the high spots and then 80% tint strength in the low spots, right? So you put a black wash on, it's going to be way more black in the low spots, and the black's just going to kind of gray out the color at the top. Whereas when you start using the speed paint type paints, they're going to have like a 50 to 60% tint strength at the top, and then that higher tint strength down below. So the gradient has less change between the bright and the dark spot than a wash does. So that's really the nuance. The one is made to turn a model a particular color, while a wash is made to accent the color the model already is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So they just have a higher tint strength in order to accomplish that. Wad, I think okay. We need to have some more work going on around here and figure it all out, but I think we're making good strides towards it. We have to announce by the end of this month in order to give people time to make it. So by the end of this month, we'll hopefully have something good for you to know with regard to all that.
That's right. You heard the man. Keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out. You heard the man. Shoot.
Oh, man, you hear that rain, dude? Is
that rain?
Yeah.
It's coming down? I don't hear it.
It spilleth upon us.
It spilleth upon us.
This would be cool, Jason, to teach me non-metallic metal on Sir Viathan. He's got a big breastplate. Oh, this is going to be a very satisfying cover.
I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm just playing.
Ruckett says, would you sell the contrast as one bundle? I've been moving towards the sort of paint for base coats, so I would be interested in buying a box.
When the first colors come out, yes, they will be more like what we do normally, and they will have a set. They'll come out in 12 colors initially, and then we will expand off of that. So, yeah, I think they're going to be great. I think people are going to love it. I'm already loving them, and they're not the type of paint that I typically think of using. So I'm excited to let everybody else have fun with them, for sure. Just going to kind of do a very modeled edge around this as I go.
Source, you're really stuck on this rat ogre. I can't produce it for you. I apologize. Source. I promised you a rat ogre for some weird reason, and I lied to you. And it will never happen.
Oh.
I love you.
But he doesn't love you enough.
But not that much.
I love you, but not that much.
I love you enough to not paint a rat ogre for you.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to encourage you, though.
Now he's making it your fault.
I'm going to encourage you, though, to get on it and put paint on that model. And speaking of putting paint on the model.
Welcome, everybody.
That was a long one. I liked it, though. Man, we got a lot of monumental firsts coming this next week, y'all. I want you to keep an eye out. Put it on your calendar. Starting 11/24. Keep an eye out on our website. There's going to be so much going on. So much going on. Emerson says, I use contrast for teaching beginners. They love to use the bottle to take paint out of, with the contrast being droppers or bottles. They'll be in
Droppers.
our same bottles, right?
Droppers. I mean, our standard bottle.
We're not gonna change up the game on that one, Emerson.
Nope.
Are we being gaslit about the rat ogre? No.
Yes. Wait. What?
I think so.
How are you gaslighting? He's not. What is the whole thing with the rat ogre? Were you supposed to paint one?
I think years ago, Source asked me to paint a rat ogre painting tutorial, and I don't know.
For me to do it?
For me, for you, I don't really remember the context. It just keeps coming up. So, Source.
I like rat ogres.
You can't say that now.
Why?
We're not painting a rat ogre.
Why can't we do what I want to do?
No.
What if I tell Source I want to paint a rat ogre?
Dance. You will dance, and this is the dance you'll dance. We'll paint a rat ogre when you send us $1 million.
What?
Whoa!
Why? X up in chat. X up in chat if this is the worst deal ever.
No, that'd be an amazing rat ogre.
X up in chat if you believe that this is the worst deal ever in the history of worst deals. From Christopher.
I don't think so. Do you have an approximate time on Monday when things will be dropping?
It always happens Monument Standard Time, which right now is Mountain Time.
Mountain Time, yes. What is that? When are we going to be launching all of this stuff on the 24th? Stay tuned. We'll let you know. But we always give you a little bit of a heads up, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, if you're in our Discord.
Yep.
Which here's the link.
Join the Discord. That's the way.
We always let you know a little early. We typically will launch those things. You'll have to wait and see. We'll tell you more this week. Stay tuned. How about that? Do you like that, Jason?
We used to have, well, they know 2 of the first. They know 2 of the 3 first. So.
No, yeah.
Yeah, well, they're seeing the second one.
Oh, well, you technically are seeing the second. You don't know.
We announced the first yesterday on our socials, which
beautiful
is the
Twitch people
the
do.
Wizards, but which you guys already knew about too. So see, the Twitch and the Discord gets to know all the things ahead of time.
That's why I
you're
tell you
in the
guys,
know before the know is known.
That's why I tell you guys, bring your family, bring your friends. This is the place to know. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That's right. Say no more, and I won't. Now, what's the rhyme or reason we got here, Jason? Why are you using yellow?
Because I want to. What kind of question is that?
Why are you using yellow, man?
Because I want to.
We want to know what your process is.
My process is I'm just kind of smacking the brush on the model. I'm
Vector,
having fun.
Vector says, will the Wizard's butt be available in the EU too? Question mark.
Yes. Yep. They already got their shipment gone. They will go live in the EU on the 24th, the same as here. They will not ship in the EU until later that week because we don't know exactly when things are going to clear customs.
And Swifter, for the Monumental first, do we need to talk to our LGS about getting them They are already starting to.
In the U.S.,
Yeah.
all of the friendly local gaming stores have already had the pre-order email sent out. They can order them. Not all of them have. Not all of them understand the importance of this. So some of them will miss it.
Remind your store.
We can lead a horse to water. We can't make them drink.
Yep.
So if you feel like your store is one that you want to, support by having the Wizard's Butt in their store, go tell them.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on it.
Rucket, will there ever be an expert acrylic Wizard's Butt?
No, maybe not. No, probably not. We can't just quick whip one up. Is the problem?
That would be cool, but what a process.
A little bit more of a issue, but we could make one. It would just be something that would always be kind of that color. We'd have to do larger amounts.
Yeah.
It doesn't follow the same rules or lack of rules that we have. It has more rules, I guess is the way to say it.
Dark Mockery says it's not going to be super limited to where we have to crash the website to get them. Be in the Discord.
It's pretty limited.
Be in the Discord.
I'm not going to lie to you and make you think that Wizard's Butt is not super limited. It is fewer than any other release we've ever had, and you know how all of our other releases go.
Yeah.
Like when we release a new paint set, they go quick, and we typically go into a reorder state within the first 2 weeks. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee that happens with this one. This one may take longer to sell because people may be a little, weirded out by the fact that it's a limited edition paint color. Some people have already said it, and I understand that. I'm sensitive to that some people might be like, well, I don't know if I really want to,
fall in love
with a color and not be able to buy it again. And that's part of the deal. We understand it. We totally get that feeling. But we're doing it for fun. Because that's who we are and that's what we do. So we'll see how it plays out. It's a first. It's the first time we've ever done anything like this.
Yeah.
So the crowd is going to let us know how it goes.
Yeah. Brenna's asking, what inspired Wizard's Butt anyway?
It is just the way that I tend to refer to, or that came up in one of our commercials, referring to the kind of ways that paints are named, like dragon tooth. Like, what is that color? As an artist, I want to pick up a color and know what I'm going to get. And it's not always readily apparent when you take fantastical naming and crazy naming conventions and things like that. Not that those are bad. They're just kind of fun and weird. But, you never know what you're going to get. And so what I wanted to do was make sure that you knew what you were getting with Pro Acryl. And so we made fun of those other ones and said, we keep the names of our paints very simple, and we just came up with Wizard's Butt as being like, what the heck kind of color is Wizard's Butt anyway?
There you go.
And that's what it is. Nobody knows. It's exactly the color a wizard expects it to be.
NKH says, when will Chris's signature series of Warm Flesh, it's Olive Flesh, by the way, Olive Flesh 2.0, Warm Bronze, and 4 bottles of 22mm Noosh be coming out? Stay tuned. I'm going to schedule a meeting with our product development team here and to bring my idea. I'm going to pitch it as a business meeting.
It's gonna get kicked right in the nuts.
They don't know. They don't know I'm gonna do that yet, but they're all gonna see it on their calendars, and I'm gonna have a whole business pitch for it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna happen. Jason's gonna be like, "I like this idea."
Yes, right.
See, I see.
This is great, sir.
And then I make 100% of the sales, and that's how I keep my job. If my signature set doesn't sell, I'm out. So I'll have a huge incentive. A huge incentive to sell.
Seems like we're hiring a new producer, Chad. Just gonna throw that out there.
Everybody wants Olive Flesh 2.0.
No, they don't.
They so do. I do. And yes, we'll make you a little mini bottle of Noosh. No. We can't do that. We will. Jason, how hard would it be? Come on now, play with me here, right? Well, that's not what I meant. How hard would it be if I wanted a 240mm bottle of Noosh in my signature set?
Very hard.
But how hard is very hard?
Hard enough that it wouldn't happen.
I see. So you're telling me there's a chance?
He's nothing if not persistent, Chad. Got to give him an E for effort.
I wrote the book, How to Beat a Dead Horse.
Is that a book?
It is now. Author me.
Author me. An autobiography.
You're out daily, though.
Mo.
No.
hopefully guys and gals can see what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of stippling this kind of modeled pattern, much like I would do if I were doing weathering.
Mm-hmm.
No idea where I'm headed with this. I'm just having fun.
It's super cool. T. Schmidt says, All of Flesh 2.0, just as good as the original because it's the same. I like that tagline. You never have enough of a good thing. That Chai Cat says, Chris, how can it be a crime to paint the inside of the model when the new GW Christmas model tells you to paint an Easter egg inside of the part of the model before gluing it shut? I don't know what that means, but if that's out there in the world, I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't know how I feel about it.
So, Jason.
So, Christopher.
Why did you go with yellow to start? I know you're going to say I wanted to, but why?
Because I wanted to.
Okay.
I feel like that's a good enough answer. I don't know that I have to answer.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
I don't know that I have to answer to you.
I can't wait.
I'm thinking about kind of cool. I don't know what the right term is.
Oh, I see what you're. Okay.
You know, that my coloring would be able to be this kind of golden
Uh-huh.
area around her that, you know, goes from bright to dark. I'm kind of painting the wrong way. I'm painting like watercolor here.
Yeah.
As opposed to what I should be doing with acrylics, but it's fun. And create this halo around her in color, and then just kind of grow that outward and get darker as I go in a series of like golden tones. So that's my thinking. Is it gonna work? I don't know. You tell me.
I mean, it's working. Bear says, honestly, that technique is similar to what I'm trying to replicate with spray paint. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you might be able to do this with kind of like a spatter and templates or something.
I'm going to have so much fun Zenithal coloring these models. I thought about doing...
the other day, Dallas was asking, like, what if you used the tide staining that paint does when it's real thin to your advantage? And that's exactly what I'm doing here. You can see how if you zoom in close, you'll see how the edges are creating that hard line. And I'm using it to my benefit here. See?
Oh.
Because as I go over it, it has that kind of cloud modeled shape.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Oh.
I know exactly what you're talking about now. And by exactly, I mean great.
You see what I'm saying?
That's cool.
See how we get that layering? I'm letting the paint do the work for me by being overly wet.
What? Oh!
You sure?
Mo says, Chris, do you need a wet nap? That means two things. Wad. Oh, that's what I was saying. It's clicking for me. That Chai Cat says this reminds me of making those fireworks starbursts with colored pencils in school. Very painterly. Somebody was asking, could you use the expert acrylics on the Framables?
Oh, heck yeah. That's what I've been doing with all the rest of them.
Yeah.
All the other ones that I've done have all been the expert acrylics. Here, I'm just using our normal ones. The way I started out the other ones. Oh, I guess I used a combo on Surviathan for the bubbles. I was using the expert acrylics and just our regular liquid acrylics too, so. Yes, the idea here is to give you kind of a very painterly way to interact. You know, you don't have any volumes here, right? There's no shape. So as a painter, learning how to create your own shape in this kind of freehand, right? This is technically a way of doing freehand, if you want to call it that, like for this month's challenge.
Yeah.
Where I'm just creating textures, creating volume with a flat surface. This is what you would be forced with if you decide to go and like paint a canvas. How do you create, dimension to it How do you get things brought closer to the foreground and further to the background, so on and so forth? And you have to, be able to use the flat surface. And right now we're not really shading necessarily. I guess it could kind of come across that way. But if you look in the way it's building up, just going brighter and darker as I go into the background, it will bring her to the foreground and also give kind of a cool, angel style halo around her. But I'm really liking the way, if you pop in super close,
Yeah.
I'm really liking the way those textures are building up, see?
Yeah.
And it becomes like a cloud where the sunlight just kind of gives a halo of color around. I'm just going darker to lighter.
You know what's really cool about these models? What were you going to say?
Lots.
Well, I
was going to say that you can see how by going very thin on the yellow, I get the purple taupe and red bleeding through that gives me that darker layer. And then I just layer up again on top of it like I'm doing here with the orange brown too. So it gives me, multiple colors when I'm really only using 2 so far.
Swifter Bear. We need a series of YouTube shorts called Chris Getting Certain Techniques, simply called Part 1. Oh! I get it now. You know what's great? And I know this is going to be a funny thing to hear out loud, Chad, so get ready. But I love how well these Framables film and show up on camera. And that's my TED Talk. It's just like a nice big surface.
Yeah.
I love seeing people paint, miniatures that are smaller and all of that. That's the typical, but I just like a big miniature like this.
I like big. Oh, wait.
Oh. This is a family-friendly stream, Jason. Short TED Talk. Yes, Flapjack. And that's $100 that I will charge to everybody in chat for my TED Talk. So click the link, pay me $100.
Again, I'm just kind of wiggling my brush around, letting it go out. And randomness sometimes for a lot of people is very, very tough, right? To create random patterns and not fall into a similar set of motions with your hand all the time. So if you find when you're doing these types of things that your patterns become a little bit too regular, then never be afraid to move back to other areas, because usually the regularity comes with the repetition. So as you push a texture further along, if you just keep painting down this side, it can start to have repetition to it. So go back to where you started and redo it, right? Not redo it, but go back and add to other areas you've already done to break it up and bring the randomness back in. That's what you'll see me doing, because I'll kind of fall into a repeatable set of hand motions as I go that I don't want to do.
Rocket Chicken. I don't have any coupons, I'm sorry, for my TED Talks. Stan's asking, Jason, do you drill out gun barrels on your models?
Depends. A lot of times, yeah. Sometimes no. Really just depends on the model, what I'm trying to get out of it.
Wing of Gold says, what monument color is closest to corn red?
Corn isn't red, it's yellow.
Hold, please.
Hold.
Let's look.
Probably
look.
Burnt red, although the new black red and burnt red kind of get you there. It's more of like a really dark ruby in my consideration. I don't use GW paint, so I can't tell you exactly.
This is the corn red.
Yeah, but I think burnt red is probably your best bet.
I love burnt red. Love me some burnt red.
You might put a bit of orange red with the burnt red, and you can get that. Red oxide is also close, but it's brighter. So red oxide and burnt red might get you where you want to be.
Flapjack says, sometimes corn is actually red. TBH.
It's blue, actually.
You got a lot of experts on the old.
I've had blue corn tortilla chips, so don't test me.
It's an Arizona special. I don't know if that's true, but
so don't test me, Chet.
Flapjack says, it's like I'm in the room with you. I got my Flapjack impression down very well. Well, corn is actually this color. Yum, yum, yum.
I'm really liking Nice.
Eric says, Jason, want me to send you the 5 foot long ship for Chris to learn to paint non-metallic metal on? Eric.
The 5 foot long ship?
No, Eric is from Adepticon. You remember Eric? He's got the massive Halo ship that he paints with our stuff.
Yeah. It's great.
Eric.
Whiskey.
Oh, yes. I just remember that's a massive ship. And I don't say that often.
Why? What a large ship you have.
I can't even have a rebuttal. I'm speechless. Flapjack, okay, I should know I'm from Iowa. Okay. Iowa, I hardly know her.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because he's the corn expert of the chat room.
Whatever.
Hey, speaking of corn expert, welcome in, everybody. Awkwardish says, I'm so excited to see the Framables. This is so fun looking. Oh, Awkwardish. I know you're going to paint one up gloriously.
Glorious. I have it. I get excited about everything we do.
Yeah.
These have really got me pumped because I just love the idea of seeing what people come up with when given this kind of open creative source. The model itself has got a lot of detail on it. It's going to be fun to paint for people that are just interested in miniatures and all of that. Assuming you dig the content, the Victorian style fantasy, characters, I think is really fun. But then this is the part I love, right? This being able to have fun in the background, which miniatures don't give you. You can make your own backgrounds for your miniatures. You can put them on a plinth and do all that stuff, and I think that's great. But they don't just come with a native thing that allows you the platform to tell the story for the miniature, embedded in the model itself. And that's what these do. You could just do these solid colors. I don't want anybody to get, freaked out thinking, oh my God, I'll never buy one of these because I can't do what he's doing right now. You could just paint the background black, right?
I truthfully was probably going to do that.
Yeah. No reason not to.
Yeah.
But if you want to try things out like this, right, then there's a whole world of like art books and things like that can show you different backgrounds you can paint, start having fun doing crazy ideas, airbrushing, spray paint, world's your oyster when you want to start turning it into whatever you like. And again, like I'm not doing anything anybody can't do. I'm just punching the brush at the model.
Hey, Swifter Bear. Thank you for that community sub. We appreciate you. And Non-Metallic Meatballs got it. Hey, look at that. Friendship. Instantly made here in the Monument Hobbies chat. Oh. Dr. Miniatures, what's going on? Awkwardish says, I'm immediately thinking about galaxy stuff for the background. Oh.
Yep. Doing like a galaxy.
Yeah.
Could be really fun. Oh, show.
That's what the cool kids say.
Oh, show.
Jason has been a cool cat.
I'm a cool cat. Maybe some burnt sienna. Oh, maybe burnt orange. Yeah.
Vector saying, any price estimates on these?
Actually, I think I don't have the final pricing done yet, but I think they're going to be $45. I want to keep them fairly inexpensive.
They're big.
So somewhere in that $40 to $45 range. Once I get all of the packaging and we have them, that are being they're coming off. We're doing them all hand poured resin here in house. So we decided not to have anybody else make them for us. So in doing that, we've got to do a little bit of research once the first batches are done to see if they met our expectations on timing and such. But so far, I think the production crew is really happy with the way they're turning out. So.
Awkwardish says 45 is an incredible price for something this large. I know.
It's huge.
It is,
yeah, that's my hope. I mean, that's what we're all about here. I kind of price things with what I believe the value is and where I would want to go get it. And I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
A cheap, $5, $10 frame on top of it. So you're 50 or 60 bucks in by the time you pay tax. And, then you've got a really, really cool lifestyle piece that you can just do anything you want to do with. Yeah. That's my hope, right? That's really where I want to get this to. But we'll have more updates on that coming soon. They go for sale Monday, so We better have our act together quick. Well, this is really working well.
I think it's doing okay.
Ooh, and burnt orange was definitely the right choice here.
Vitals, tuning in after 2 weeks. How did it go? It went great. We had a lot of submissions. Actually, the most we've had in a long, long time. We had to take the whole stream just to review them all. I think we had 59 total submissions.
October's always such a great turnout.
Awkwardish. Lord, my bank account's going to be angry Monday.
I think the overly wet, treating this like watercolors was the right idea.
Yeah.
Because the staining I'm getting is working really well.
Valtteri says, how would you paint non-metallic red?
I mean, the same mentality holds true regardless of coloration for non-metallics, right? It's picking your base, making sure that you move up through your midtones the way you would with any painting of red, and then picking that final jump for shine into that bright color is the trick with red, right? Is that, do you go to pinks? Do you choose to go orangish? That's where you really have to put in the work to figure out what you want it to look like. I tend to like with metal to go into pink, but we do that eclectic salmon color. We have fun calling it.
Your Blood Angels is a good example of quick non-metallic red,
It
right?
is. It's not really done in a very high contrasty non-metallic style.
Yeah.
I'm doing it as painted metal, and so it's not highly reflective. The paint isn't intended on my Blood Angels to represent a gloss. But yeah, it's the right coloring. It's just you would want to create more contrast as you were going than I've done if you really wanted it to read as shiny metal.
And Stan says, how big is it compared to a Framable? Are you talking about what's the size again of these Framables? They fit in a 4x6 frame.
Yep.
Stan, if that's what you're asking, I want you to clarify.
Yeah, they go in a 4x6 frame. They're 4 inches by 6 inches. Because that's what 4x6 in the frame means, is the opening size.
Yeah.
The size of media it accepts, and those photos were 4x6.
Yep.
So it's 4x6. 100 millimeter by 150 millimeter, I think. I think it's 10 by 15 millimeter, or 10 by 15 centimeter in Europe for those frames if you're over there. But in Europe, I found when I was traveling that you could buy 4x6 frames. Like you can go to Amazon.eu or if you're in France or whatever, and you can get 4x6 frames. If you type in 4x6 frame, they're all listed over there as 4x6 or 110 by 1 or 10 by 15 centimeters.
Yeah, and they're very common too. I'm telling you, go to your
literally Goodwill thrift stores will have tons.
Oh, Stan, okay. Could you hold up a texture trainer alongside this, Jason?
Oh, good God. The texture trainers are 60 millimeters. They're about 2.5 inches.
Yeah, so just to give you guys an example, that's the size comparison. I mean, look at...
So you get $25 or $45.
That's kind of the idea, right?
And again, they're not hollow. They're hand-poured resin. They're all solid. There's no drain holes to worry about. You get a perfect resin cast or mold, coming out.
Yep. Yeah, it's
very large.
They're the next step in our texture trainer series. So if you want a little bit more surface area, and I'm telling you, they
$40 on the right, $45 on the left.
I guess that's true, huh? It's kind of wild when you start comparing it that way.
To oranges, but yeah, you get my
because now I'm like, oh man, my gargants, dude. We don't want to talk about that. Yeah,
now I think burnt sienna.
Yeah, Stan, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's my point. Double the price, at least more than triple what you get. That's the idea. We do it for you, chat. That's all I know. We do it for the
fair
people.
Price for good value. That's my whole thing. That's what our paints do.
Now, my signature set, let me just clarify.
It's going to be like $1 million because he has
no
processing, no understanding of value from Christopher.
What? Jason, no. We're using real bronze in my bronze paint, by the way. Real bronze. It's going to come. You'll have to melt it, though. so you'll have to figure that out on your own.
You've
But
got to recenter it once you get into the paint.
when you get my
Great.
bottle of
This
Touch
sounds
of
easy
Bronze,
to use. Can't
it
wait
is
to see
literally
what the safety hazards on this one are.
it's a solid bottle of bronze. So you'll have to figure that out. Eric, these are not limited. The Framables are going to be a continuous thing for the foreseeable future.
Yep. We already have the second series of Framables artwork done. I do not have the sculpts done, but I have all the artwork done for the second series.
Great question, by the way. Yes, the shipping on my signature set is going to be a little expensive. That's right, Mo. These are very fun to Zenithal highlight, or just highlight in general.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be
so
surprised if across my house there are just random Zenithal ones by the time we're done, because they just make fantastic pieces of art.
I wanted to do a Hyrax brown with a sunset yellow with a Retributor gold over all of it. I think that would be fun. Stan, OMG, make an Orc Chris Framable. I'm sure interesting paint schemes. And all of them will say fired. That's what we need. We just need to start doing all the employees and mythical creatures as Framables.
Love it.
Hickman says this Lovecraft and Madman needs one. They're super cool.
They're so good.
Remember, keep an eye out for Monday. We're gonna have some more announcements coming up this week. You guys don't know what the third one is, so
You were kind of crazy for the third one. Not gonna lie. Not real sure we haven't lost our absolute freaking minds on the third one.
yeah.
We'll tell you guys, because the third. When do we tell people the third one? Saturday?
Yeah.
Is that when that mail goes out? So
yes.
we'll let you guys know on Friday during the stream what the third first is. Does that sound fair?
Yep. Gauntlet Gold. Yes, that's the one I meant. There's the link. That's the one I'm talking about.
I'm thinking what would look really good is if I do a glaze of nickel azo yellow over the top of all of this when I get it done.
A glaze?
Yeah,
like to tie it all in?
The expert acrylic nickel azo yellow over the top of all of these.
Yeah.
Like I get this
that
done.
Would tie it in.
That would blend it together.
Make that brownish. What is that? I guess it's. What is that traditional brownish background that some of those Victorian? I guess that's just how they were painted.
Yeah, it's like it's tough because so many people did it in different ways.
Yeah,
either yellows and whatever they wanted the environment to be. It's just a colorful blended.
Yeah. Yeah, Gauntlet Gold is a really cool gold. I would just want a Zenithal with some of the Color Forge over these. Yeah, I'm gonna just go to town. Wad says the third silhouette is what you're talking about, Wad. Looks like something, either some crazy good deal in a bundle or some type of giveaway. And Philip says, yeah, we're actually auctioning off dates with our staff.
Phil's really excited about this.
Like, hey, by the way, win a date, do some painting, win a date with some paint.
Everybody has to get a date with New Guy Phil, though.
I'll bid $50 for someone else to go out with Phil, with Chris. No, hey.
Yeah, that sounds good. Just take it to Ajo Owls. It's not bad Mexican.
Hey, dude.
He has coupons.
I got a card. A loyalty member.
He's
Come on.
Loyalty rewards member
Let's
at Ajo Owls. He's got a coupon. Everybody kind of getting what I'm doing? This look easy enough to you? Nothing hard happening here. Like that. How about some mahogany?
That Chai Cat, did you see they recently found out the St. John's Cathedral art was actually super saturated and bright, but discolored by years of burning lamps?
Yeah, the oil lamps.
Oh, just...
They've said a lot of this. They've gone through and cleaned a lot of old artwork because of the fact that you had kerosene and oil
just
and these things that created soot and residue in the air that would sit on all these things. Same with like all the bronze and gold, right?
Yeah,
you'd find these gold things and
like just got dust crap all over it.
Yeah,
soot and all that. That's crazy.
Okay, we're gonna finalize this with mahogany. And I'm running the texture back into texture, so I get to kind of refine that edge or do with it as I want as I go.
Artistic, one of their artists did that Huey and Adam little cartoon over at AMG.
Yeah, that was the AMG art staff.
So fun. So cute.
Yeah, it turned out great.
Rocket, Chris looks like a dine and dasher? What? I take high offense to that.
What does that mean?
Like I dine and then I dash?
He is a dine and dasher.
Me?
Yeah, totally.
Dude.
You've stuck us with the bill so many times.
Never. I am not a dine and dasher. The third thing is Chris will hand deliver all the Wizards Butt orders with Pee Wee Herman bicycle. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. The third one is if you pay me $1 million, I'll build you a home. A very expensive home. Depending on where you live, I guess. I'm not building you a home. That's Philip's job.
Yep, Philip builds the homes around here.
Speaking of Philip.
Hello, Phil. Welcome in, everybody.
That was close. That was a close recovery. Jason, this nickel azo you're going to do over here is going to be...
It could also be like a burnt umber. The filter could shift all this wherever I want to. I've got this cool, like, yellow, orangey, reddish background built up now. So I can do whatever I want to with a filter. It's just going to adopt some of this. So if I lean into the reds and browns, that could work. Or if I simply go through and create something new with like the nickel azo yellow, it'd be really neat.
No, there's no limits, Anna, on the Wizards Butt set. It's just till it's gone. You're saying, is there limits per buyer?
We're trusting everybody. Now, if it gets out of hand and we get people that order like 50 of them.
You're trusting these cretins?
We might have to jump in. I don't know.
We've never done this before. BTW. So we're going to see how it goes. I guess if you want that many? Question mark?
Man, I like this.
Lady B Miniatures, what's going on? Artistic Outlaw says Chris's reputation is constantly in question on this stream. I know.
100%.
What's the deal with that? I'm a trustworthy man. I'm a good man.
Met you, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just checking.
I'm a good person. That's what serial killers say on the stand. So I'm not a serial killer. I'm a good person. I've never killed yet. Where's my button?
They haven't found the bodies, is what Chris means to say.
I'm really good at that part. What? Anna says, also, Monument, why are we always questioning Chris's integrity when he's the one who makes the funny sounds? Anna, I would agree with you.
What?
I don't know. I don't know why everybody's questioning me. Or think I'm a bad person. Ooh. I don't know.
You do know.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a good man.
Dig deep.
Dig deep. Oh, I've dug. I've dug too deep, one would say.
Dig deep, Chris.
Anna says, anyone who makes funny sounds can't be all bad.
Well,
it's true.
Okay, that part's true. He's not all bad. But 80%, I think, is a fair number to throw out there to say pretty much 80% evil.
Me?
Oh yeah, by far.
80%? That's a lot of evil.
I feel like that matches.
I
Right?
would at least say I'm 50-50.
Is Phil here? Phil has known you for a long time.
Phil's banned. Phil, if you say something, you're banned.
Phil's like, well, I've known him the longest, and I would concur. Maybe even tack that up to 90.
Philip has known me since the 2nd grade.
Oh, God. Can you imagine, chat?
No. Long time.
Supposedly, his mom is rehabbing foot surgery. This is one of those that gets
That's
on
true.
Dateline later on, where it's like, we thought,
He thought we was a good son.
oh, yeah, I have to go take care of my mother. She had foot surgery. Do. And it's really that he's like buried her in the desert. He goes home and dresses up like her so the mailman doesn't know.
That's wild. Okay, here's what I'll say. First of all, I've never murdered.
Have you seen Psycho?
I need to legally say that so that here on Monument Hobby Stream, we are put into a good light. Secondly, my mother's in recovery.
Told you.
Third,
Here it comes.
there's Philip, and Philip, no, we're not fighting over you. We were asking you to vouch for my character.
Because you've known him the longest, Philip.
And
so will you vouch for him? Or will you concur that he is 80 to 90% evil? $80 to 90%. Philip.
Waiting. Nothing.
He refuses.
Oh, shoot. I have to get back to work. Good luck figuring that out. Oh.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
Even better. There's Phil's answer, chat.
Hey, shout out to Phil. Thank you, Philip. I know what you meant deep down. You better have meant it.
Oh, God. Phil's like, I still have models in his house. Don't make me into these positions.
Oh. Philip did a lot of Fellblade working this weekend.
That's what you're saying? A big model.
I reprimed all of my Blood Bowl. I was kind of slowly regretting it as I did it. You want to know what I can't do, Jason? Is
What?
paint skin on little hobbits that size. That is
You don't have a lot of room.
It's so difficult for me. I literally could not figure it out.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of room, so you just got to kind of make it work.
I followed some of your skin tutorial on just like, okay, do some underpainting, try that, and then glaze. I just couldn't get it to work.
I'm creating that kind of trippy Jimi Hendrix fade is what I'm going for here.
She's glowing. Wired says Chris has a rocking chair in the attic window and a wig. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the mailman doesn't know that his mom's gone. I told you. It's happening.
Bakamaru, maybe these contrast killers will help Chris. Hey, whoa, hey. I'm not that bad. I'm a good painter. Questionable. Depends on my mood.
Chris is a very good painter.
I
He
appreciate
has to feel inspired to paint what he's got in front of him to really knock it out of the park. But he's got some amazing models, some stuff that before him really spending time learning. And I'm gonna talk about you in the third person like this.
I like it
because I think that your case has got some really cool and crazy ideas in there that really show kind of your inspiration and how pumped you get about certain things. So the rule of cool works big for Chris.
I have to have that theme. I appreciate that. It's a.
He does some amazing stuff.
There was a big progression. My case has the big progression when you look from the bottom up.
Yeah.
Where you can really see how where I've grown, especially with my Gargants. Those have been my bigger accomplished ones in my mind.
Yeah, but like your Nurgle stuff is really badass.
That was my first army that I really tried with when I was like full convert over to Pro Acryl at the get-go, right? So the Nurgle stuff was very fun. I'm very excited to paint that new Nurgle stuff too.
There's some really neat stuff in that box game they are coming out with.
Oh, the Hero Quest game or whatever.
Not
those
Hero
models.
Quest, but what? Yeah, maybe it is Hero. I don't remember what it's called.
It's Warhammer Quest
thing.
It's a it's a Warhammer Hero Quest essentially. All of the heroes are just cool, but the Nurgle models.
I don't like the good guys.
Oh, you don't?
I don't think any of the good guys are worth it.
I was just so nice. It was so nice to just see a normal Warhammer dwarf. That's all I was excited about.
The dwarf's okay, but I just am not a big fan. I don't care.
Yeah.
And the other ones were just kind of bland. And then you see the Nurgle ones, and you're like, these models are dope.
Yes, the Nurgle, those Nurgle demons with the multiple heads. I'm very excited. Iron Lungfish working on Nurgle with 90% protocol right now. I'm very excited for Festus. The new Festus Leech Lord is super cool. Lumberjack says, I don't like most of those models either. Gosh darn it.
Grumble, grumble.
They're from GW, aren't they?
Grumble, grumble.
I knew it was GW.
And if it weren't for these darn GWs, I'd have had them too.
Lumberjack, it surprises me that you don't like them. That's wild.
Don't pick on my friend Tim like that.
Oh, yeah. I'm fanboying over those models. All the new Nurgle stuff was cool. Okay, Lumberjack, you said, I love the Curse City models. Okay, all right, okay. To be fair, to quote Baby J, to be fair. Now you're going to do nickel azo glaze over all of that.
I think so.
That'll be cool to see.
I'm going to do a glaze over it. I don't know. What do we think, Chet? What color do you think? What color do you think works?
I'm curious to see the expert acrylics and how you thin over this. It'll be a cool process to see, right?
I think so. The nickel azo is the one that comes to mind, but it keeps it yellow, and so I don't know what my outcome winds up being. So
what about brownish yellow? Can you mix it?
I could do like the azo and a burnt umber, and see what we get. And see if we get kind of a sepia or like a photo emulsion style wash.
Sepia, why it says sepia glaze.
Yeah, we have sepia, so sepia might just be the answer.
Dude, do sepia.
It has a little bit of green to it that could be kind of cool over all of this. It's a lot of what happens there is going to dictate the color scheme, right?
Sepia would be very cool.
All right, sepia it is. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Marshall Stout, Jason, that looks like she is radiating an aura over the background. Oh. Game Relay says, if I paint this, I'm going full Renaissance portrait with a little table, debris, and a portal into space in the background.
Fantastic.
Have to learn to paint grapes, I guess.
Sepia.
That's right, Game Relay. Azo and sepia.
Pick up the nickel azo and the burnt umber as well.
Pikmin says azo and sepia.
I might mix them both.
Sepia is real cool.
That might be the thing, is to mix them both. See what we get. The umber might be a little bit too brown. It already has enough darkness to it, so I think it's going to be between these two.
Sepia, I like the sepia.
They're both transparent colors, right? You can notice the T. If you're not used to our expert acrylics, they tell you the pigment series, which is generally series 1, they can get pretty expensive, but series 2 and higher are just rarefied earth pigments. Yeah. The opacity for transparent and then flat finish, right? So both of these are transparent, so they'll mix well together, kind of a 1-to-1 ratio that I can use. Should be good. I'm going to pull out a piece
what color do you
palette paper.
What color do you think the cloth is going to be?
Not that palette paper. We have palette paper in here?
It should.
It's not. No, these are books.
There's some more palette paper underneath where you have these guys. Some you can flip over.
Where I have what guys?
The texture, the Framables.
Oh, there's some down here.
Yeah. You can flip it on the other side.
Oh, just like old pieces.
Yeah. Do you want a new piece?
I can probably make that work. It may have traveled with me to Europe.
Oh, probably.
So it may be someplace else.
Oh, okay.
This is fine. Look at that.
Hey, this is fine.
A clean side.
A clean side.
I'm going to do that up here.
I thought it was a part of his process.
I'm going to do that up here. Oh, nickel azo.
Schlinky. Ah, it's a good mustard. Yum, 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 yum. Don't eat this.
Sepia.
For a guy who says no singing, Jason's singing a
Schmirk.
lot today.
Schmirk.
Schlanky.
It's everybody else can't sing. How long do you have to be here before you understand this?
How long is a piece of string?
That's my line. Thank you. Okay, brush loaded with water. As much water as this number 6 will hold, and I'll just pull some of the sepia out here and some of the Nicolazo into it. And
oh, that's green, bro.
Holy
or like a
majoli.
really green brown. Oh,
holy majoli, that looks good, actually.
You like that? There?
Yeah, that's kind of that antiqued color I was going for, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a.
It kind of looks like sepia mixed with like a Nicolazo.
Really?
That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Right? Right? Anybody?
All right. And there's a lot of water. Let's go for it.
Would go well in a hot dog, says Craig. False. Don't do that.
This is how this works, chat. You just go for it.
Yeah.
You mix it, and then you say, wabba wabba woo.
He's got a lot of sounds that are not do-do-do-do-do-do for a guy who doesn't say do-do-do-do-do-do. Wabba wabba woo. Oh.
I think that's it, chat.
Really needs a touch of bronze, but this is cool. Oh. It's very light, but enough to get me interested. I can't get past the wabba wabba woo.
Wabba wabba woo.
That's just blowing my mind. That's cool. Wired says, oh yeah, that's the stuff.
That's the stuff.
R.K. Sanders says, looks like what sepia's out of a baby's bottom.
That's where the name sepia comes from.
I don't think so. I'm going to just call that one out. R.K. Sanders, that's not allowed to be that silly. You only get one of those.
That's pretty good.
It's very nice.
If you look at it side to side, it starts to blend all those colors nicely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's just a full brush of water.
Yeah. I mean, I've stopped adding water to it now that I've got the color kind of already working the way I want it to.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I'm just going over in this.
Yeah, you're just grabbing it. And what the kids say, going to town.
Going to town, as the youths say.
He says a lot of youthful things for a guy who doesn't like to say deets.
Wabba wabba woo.
Sounds like Barney Rubble's in the house.
Yabba dabba doo. No, this is his distant cousin.
What's his name?
This is the legally distinct.
What's his name? Barney Rubble.
Alfred Gravel.
Alfred
Gravel with his wabba wabba woo.
Yes, we didn't have to pay a license fee for that one. Feel your boots. It's something, chat. That's what I'm seeing. Jason's a cool guy. I'll give him that. Doing this whole sepia with Nicolazo going on. Pretty cool. I know, Lumberjack, I did forget the do, but then he just dropped the new thing of wabba wabba woo. Gosh darn it.
Of wabba wabba woo.
It's just flipping my whole plan upside down. Chat.
Out of nowhere came wabba wabba woo.
I know. Then he made an actual weird sound on stream, and I don't know what to do with myself. So, speaking of not knowing what to do with myself.
Welcome, everybody.
We're so happy you're here. We're painting up one of our new Framables that will be launching the 24th, a.k.a. this Monday.
Holy majoli, that is amazing. That worked really well. That kind of did it. It has that psychedelic feel to it the way I did heavy opacity thin, heavy opacity thin, heavy opacity thin for each color layer.
It's crazy, man. Yeah. It's cool, man. Oh. It's the furrowed brow that gets me. Yeah. She's very it's very radiant.
I like it.
What
go
are you
with
thinking?
Just some of the sepia without the nickel azo for a second.
What are you thinking for? What are you thinking for the cloth on her now that you've got this background?
Like a red, like a burgundy.
It's funny you were going to say that. I was going to mention red.
I think like a burgundy.
I bet you $100 what color Vince will paint his.
Purples.
Of 100%.
Lots of violet.
Royal purple. I know. I bet you $100.
Lots of violet. What do you think?
Yeah, purple's royal purple is going to be her cloth with gold. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I bet you he would. Royal purple says Black Wolf. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Just
Royal
the sepia
purple,
with no yellow in it to bring some darkness into the bottom. Just really wet and just smacking it on here. Carry my brush lines through to an edge, my strokes, so I don't get any piling up of pigment in the middle anywhere.
I think he's going to do it. He's going to paint it purple.
Wet my brush a little bit, and then I'm just going to use that same kind of stippling that I did to apply the paint colors on here into the wash along the edge so that it doesn't pile up and give me a flat edge. It'll just kind of blend in, bring it up a little bit higher, kind of stipple that sepia.
Oz says this guy reminds me of the statues on Saga's stage of Street Fighter 2. I'm going to have to Google that.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. It plays. Wire says that sepia just pulls the layers all together. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it gives it kind of a cool antique-y feel. Antique-y feel.
A lot of singing going on.
I love the way you look at me.
It's a really cool effect, says Awkwardish. It's a very cool effect.
I'm really liking just the sepia on its own.
You don't often get a miniature that's, well, I shouldn't say that, but the typical ones in my mind where it gives you a flat background to mess around with.
We have to create it.
Which is cool. It's
and
really cool.
This one's integrated in a way that really lets it, because it defines the model, because it's what the model sits up next to.
Yep.
It makes the model's story directly tied to this in a really nuanced way.
Yeah. I would agree. I concur, Doctor.
I'm going to go ahead and pull more of the sepia alone into like this, what would be kind of the shadowed side of her face over here.
Little details on her. Good stuff. Now, for all of you just now tuning in, welcome. We're so glad you're here. Finally. This is one of our new Framables, Duchess Prime. We're going to be releasing 3 on November 24th.
Next month.
It's a week of monumental firsts coming up, chat. We started that announcement yesterday. You all saw the Wizard's Butt limited edition set. So, get ready to grab yours on the 24th. And if you're not part of our Discord, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, business, business, I would join that because we'll let you know when it goes live a little early before the public. Well, It's all going to be public on the 24th, but we'll let you know. So just stay tuned.
I like that. I like that.
That's right. The Duchess Prime experience. Yes, that and the Framables will be launching the same day, along with number 3, which is just another thing. Monumental week of firsts.
Monumental. We've already shown you guys the colors of the wizard's butt.
Yeah, you guys have already seen
We've
what's
exposed
coming.
so much to you.
Here in beautiful Twitch land and YouTube land and Kick land, you all get to see that before everyone else. That's why I always tell you to bring your friends. Tell your stores to watch us.
Zoom in real close.
Yeah.
You can see how the textures wound up after.
Oh. Very cool.
Again, just very loose application of paint, but sometimes using it purposefully, you know, and without thinking about it. Like I said, Dallas on Friday was talking about how to use the coffee staining to your advantage. Well, on a flat surface like this, that coffee staining gives us a really cool effect.
Yeah.
As the pigment pulls from that wet paint to the outside edge of what I lay down. So it gives you that real defined texture around the end of my spastic brush strokes.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Gives you that halo that then layers that color really nicely together in an almost posterized version, like I was saying. You know, I think I said, you know, psychedelic, but it's that 60s posterized way of doing colors.
Yeah.
That's more of like a cell shade instead of blended.
Heck
And
yeah,
I
man.
kind of like that on here.
It's a cool thing you did there. You dig? Sorry.
No, you're not.
I thought you were saying that kind of stuff, so I was...
No, you're not sorry.
Craig J. Question.
Ah.
Can we get a small hint of the third first? No.
No.
Oh,
Nope.
I was close. I didn't know. Who knows what Jason's going to do?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
No?
No, I don't think so, no.
Maybe on Friday?
Yes.
Oh. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll let them know ahead of time.
I won't be here this Friday. I'm flying away. So hopefully somebody can run the stream so that Jason can tell you the potential thing.
All right, we've got some
the 22nd.
Some large material
We'll let you guys know
color
that on the 22nd.
decisions to make here.
Yeah, the third one will release on the 22nd, so that gives you guys some... you'll see. Now, you do have some large decisions.
Yeah.
Where do you start? Are you going to start with the metal, or would you start with the cloth?
I think with the cloth,
Uh-huh.
I think I want to get base coats on everything.
Yeah.
Is the way I've been tacking these, right? Because they're larger. So having an idea of how color works together is going to be more important on these, because you don't get as much minutia to kind of hide like you do on a smaller miniature, if that makes sense. On a bigger one like this, every color is going to stand proud, right? Because we're going to paint as much color on each of the different colors as we would like on an entire miniature. So we need to really focus on how each color plays with the ones next to it. So I'm thinking, like just in general terms of what I want the color scheme to be. And with that yellowish background, I don't know that steel for her stands out. It might have to be like a bronze.
Ooh, you know what,
Like
Jason?
a weathered bronze.
You should do a non-metallic bronze. People
like
have been
a weathered
asking
bronze,
about that.
using greens and browns and some yellow ochres and stuff.
Really dope non-metallic bronze.
I think that would be good. So we'll start there.
You want to start with non-metallic bronze? Jason,
Very
could
simple.
you teach me
No.
how to do
Actually,
this?
Not going to happen.
Describe it to me like I'm a 4-year-old. Let me repeat that. If a 4-year-old is painting at your level, they're an extreme prodigy. Really give me the basics here for non-metallic metal so that I can watch and listen and really try to follow along here.
Well, like with anything, we need a base coat color. So the first place that I start is the simple stuff. Let's get a base coat color that's going to set the stage for what we believe our bronze would be like. And I like the dark green brown.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start there. I could go darker, but I already have the purple and the red on here that are pretty dark. I don't think I have to worry about going any darker than this. I'm going to do the first coat. Treat this like my Just Do This video.
Yeah.
And start with a fairly thin layer of this and then see how we like it.
Yeah.
Put some of this stuff back. I got too much stuff out here, man. Too many colors. Too many things I'm not using, man. Ah! Right in the paint. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Great. Fantastic. Again, just a lot of water on my brush as I grab the paint. Using a number 6 brush is going to make sure that when I come over here and base coat, the amount of water on the brush will keep the paint very transparent. And by doing so, I should retain some of the darkness from my purple on my initial zenithal on there, while also setting the stage color-wise for my midtones, because the taupe, so by using a thin paint, we're allowing the zenithal to do a good job of working for us. So I don't want to put more than one layer on anything when painting a base this way. So there's a little bit of, I'm doing 2 things right now. We're talking in terms of, like Chris asked, like how am I setting up for non-metallic metal, but also in terms of just how to glaze a base layer. Because whenever you're doing this, you don't want to leave an open edge of paint. And by that, I mean, I don't want to stop where the paint might dry on an open area. Okay. So like here, I'm allowing this ring around the top to stop my brush stroke. I wouldn't paint beyond that ring. But if I stop here, this could dry and form a line right on the cleft of her lip. And so I want to make sure that I keep pulling that paint while it's wet around and only finish where there's a distinguishing line or feature that creates an edge where if the paint dries, it'll never be seen as being a problem. If that makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
If I just do this, right, and then I go away because I'm painting with thin paint, if I just put the paint on like this, the problem is that I've created this edge. Can you go in closer?
Yeah.
I've created this edge of paint, and if that dries, it can create a visual change where the color interrupts. And so I want to make sure I blend that together. Same thing here on the cheek. I just got to keep moving with this paint until I cover all the area and get to a stopping point, which for me is either the back of the head here as it goes to the backdrop or this line up top, right? And then around the eye sockets and stuff. So now I've got complete coverage around everything. I probably need to hit the bottom side of this ear. Get a little bit more paint. Area down low. Use my finger to blend a little bit of this as I come up from out of the shadows. That color is fantastic as a base for bronze. This is from Mashik's set, Flame On. And he uses this for his cool gold, which that whole set represents the colors that he uses when painting non-metallic gold that doesn't have a lot of warmth to it. So the dark green brown is a fantastic color to start. And when going into bronze is just a no-brainer. You could have started, if you didn't have the purple backdrop that I had started with, you might want to start with something like black brown here. Let's see, we maintain that shadow of the purple underneath, and then start getting that kind of golden color. And it seats really nicely in that backdrop too. Now I might do this at the dome. I might do that silver.
Okay.
Right, to offset.
Yeah.
And like around the eyes. So I'm not painting those right this minute. We'll leave them. I could come back and make them match, but right now I'm not worried about it. Okie doke. She's got a little bit of like a neck plate collar that's down below the cloth line here that is also metal. Get a little bit in there. It's always important to paint the areas that are underneath, so to speak.
Scoot over a little. There it is.
Right? Get these areas that are underneath the cloth and everything else, and paint those first so that you don't wind up in a situation where you go back and have to fit your brush in there and paint that bronze later on.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to get paint on the parts you're going to paint later than to get paint on the parts you've already painted, is really what that means. And she's got kind of like a rubber seal around her throat there that we can do in a darker color.
But says, another masterclass. Can't wait to paint them. Thank you for making the hobby interesting and fun.
Why, thank you.
That's what we do, bud.
For hanging out and tuning in with us. We'll do her jewelry in gold. So we can use a lot of different metals here.
Yeah.
Which will be fun. But for her body, I think we'll stick to the bronze.
Like her hands and all
Yeah,
that?
we'll do her hands. That's really the only other part there is.
Yeah, I guess she's covered up.
Yeah, she's got that very heavy Victoria era lady dress that you can imagine being as uncomfortable as could possibly be.
But can she feel it as a robot?
Who knows? Who knows? Again, thinning down enough to where the zenithal shows through. So the brighter side is bright, the darker side is dark. Our color starts to conform to that purple taupe and red oxide that, you know, I get asked a lot, why do you bother with the underpainting for things in zenithal colors and underneath skin if at the end of the day I can't tell that you used, you know, red oxide, purple, and taupe? Well, it's not always that I want things to read purple, red oxide, and taupe. It's that they make the colors you paint over them change by being a blend of sorts to be more interesting than if I'd have just used brown underneath this color.
Yeah.
Right?
Valcan says, you're an amazing painter, Jason.
Well, thank you. I'm not doing anything cool right now. But thank you. I love these. They're very inspirational.
Yeah.
Right? Because I feel like you can just do anything you want. There's no, you know, expectation tied to them.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, what are they supposed to be? The box art is really bitchin'. Richard did a great job on the box art.
Yeah.
Ricardo. Sorry, I call him Richard. I think that they're going to give the right kind of inspiration to people, but you can take it anywhere you want. This could literally be whatever color you want it to be. And my real hope is seeing people do really crazy stuff like we were talking about, where they don't really even paint them specifically like we're doing now. They just, you know, spray paint them in like, you know, metallic paints, or like those marble texture spray cans you can get from Home Depot.
Somebody was even saying porcelain, like trying to paint this like a porcelain.
Yeah.
That's really, like, there's so many ideas you could do. Swagger says, how does one develop the skill necessary to identify purple, oxide, and taupe to alter the model in a meaningful way?
So it's a great question. It's one we talk about a lot with regards to underpainting colors. Purple is always going to be an easy go-to. So if all you do is learn that you could start every model with dark purple, right? And not worry about layering up over the top of that with any other colors, whether you're doing skin or armor or fur or whatever, you can always rely on dark purple to be a great answer. The only time dark purple doesn't have as great of an effect is when you're painting something purple, because it just becomes a tone-on-tone color at that point, right? And it loses its interest, because if I'm painting something purple, a purple shadow falls away into obscurity, because of course it is, right? So using something like dark blue underneath purple takes that place. Why is purple so perfect? Because purple exists in both the warm and cool color spectrum, because it's it's red and blue. And so I can use it for cool shadows, right? Which is what the eye assumes happens in shadow, is that temperatures go down, right? Because our brain's just used to that. You're on a hot summer day and you want to cool off, get to some shade, right? The shadow of a tree. Get there, and all of a sudden you can cool off. So cool colors represent darkness and shadow. And so when you use that as a starting point for just kind of a 50,000 foot view of color theory, in practical color theory, not just color theory on a color wheel, those are different things, but how color is used in the real world and what associations your brain makes with color, then you start talking about, okay, now you can see where purple is so dynamic, because purple can be a cool color when you lean it towards blue. You put purple next to red, and generally it's going to feel more blue. You put purple next to blue, and it's going to feel more red, right? Because it's going to draw that contrast out of it, in its color sense. And so it just exists as the perfect shadow base. So I use it on almost everything. And it's not even that you look at it. Right now you can still see quite a bit of purple and red in here, right? And the taupe is kind of a fake white, but it's because of all of these other colors coming onto it. Once you paint it, and when we looked at it at the backdrop, just all being purple, red, and white, it tends to gray out, because I haven't gone very vibrant with any of those colors. But as I start painting color over it, and then going and learning how to paint thinly, because if you use a thin coat of paint over the top of the purple then changes that color. And like I said, I'm not looking for it to necessarily read as purple. I'm looking for it to read as a cooler version of the colors I paint on top of it, without having to mix those colors. It's a cheat, right? You could mix in this color, I could mix my dark green brown, right, with purple and paint it on the back side here, right, and get a similar result. But I like doing it this way because it's easier, right? I get to set all my values on the model in a zenithal kind of style, and then just paint over the top and let that zenithal bleed brightness into my brighter side and darkness. It looks like I've already done more work on the bronze than I have. I've just put one thin coat of paint on there.
Mm-hmm.
And that can literally be my base coat. I don't have to put another coat of this color on there. I don't think I need to, right?
Yeah.
So that works great.
Everything you said about purple, can you say the same about a similar color about green, since green is between warm and cool?
Green can read both cool and warm. Green needs a little bit more help to push the particular green you're using into warm and cool. So a more yellow green will appear warmer and do that job, and a bluer green will, provide a cooler green. It doesn't have the same effect as purple, that you can just throw green down and it immediately becomes cool or warm. A cool green will never warm up against any color, really, right? Because it is just a different combination visually. And so it's better to move, if you're going to use a green, use a warmer green, or want a yellower green already if you need it to be warm, and a bluer green or into a jade if you need it to be cool. Force the green where you need it. The purple, you can just use like dark purple, right? And dark purple is a little bit more blue than red, but you could find just a spot on 50-50 purple, mix one up, and be just as good. I think that's all the bronze.
For the base coat?
For the base coat, yeah. All right, now what we get into is talking about sketching highlight and starting to work towards how our shine would work on the metal, right?
Yeah.
And the zenithal helps, but when we started it, we didn't really do the zenithal as if it were going to remain a metallic kind of effect. So I'm thinking that maybe I like caramel brown on this would work. I think drab is a little bit too deep of a color. Maybe the caramel brown could work. That would be kind of neat. Either that or I think the yellow ochre ones. Yeah, the yellow ochre is too bright to just jump to that. So let's stick with the caramel brown and play around with that. Bronze, when it has that oily look, is leans in the brown and green spectrum. And when you shine bronze, it goes to silver, right? Because that tin portion of it starts pulling out a white metal look. So you can play around with bronze if you're trying to create a bronze feel. I tend to say that the oiled bronze, if you were to go to Home Depot and say, I want some handles for my door, and then, look at oiled bronze hardware for sinks and stuff, that gives you a really good way to think of painting bronze. I may mix this in a little bit with the dark green brown. That might be the color that I really want. Yeah. It's not quite as bright of a jump. Like that. And then the goal here is to just start thinking about where my brightness is going to be. It comes from the right side of her head, so I'm going to start with things like nostril area, length of the nose there, side of the nose on this side. You can see where all my brightness is due to my zenithal, so the curve of this kind of almost like a fish gill, or not a gill, but a fish lip that she has. Carry on across the top of that, and then maybe briefly down the edge on the other side. So I just start looking quickly for where I know brightness will be and start with what it gives me that's easy, so that I can start building up some contrast. So these are all easy surfaces. These are already reading brighter because of the zenithal that we did. The taupe is showing through the thin layer of paint that we put on there with the dark green brown. So these become really low-hanging fruit, mindless to put some color on there. Top of this entire ear area would be bright on our light side. Again, very, very easy to not need a lot of guts or know-how. Just put your paint on there.
Call Me Moldson says, can't wait to test them out. Got the transparent set. I was thinking about airbrushing them over some colors to smooth transitions and create some gradients on armor. Do you thin them to play with the opacity level at all?
100%.
Also,
yes. Yeah, absolutely thin the crap out of the transparents. Or they will turn your model whatever color transparent you use.
And what's the use for white and black transparents?
To mix other colors.
There you
go. The white is a great tint, to brighten things up. The black is a great shade. So treat them like normal colors. But if you want to mix the transparents to get even more colors, then using the white and the black allow you to darken and brighten the colors as you mix them. Okay, then we see brightness at the underside of the eye socket here. Again, I'm not really trying to blend here. I'm just putting spots of color up. This metal shape is very organic on her. It's not all just smooth round globes. It has indentions as if it were a face, right? It has protrusions at the cheekbone. It has like this eye socket that comes over the top like this, right? And then comes down and goes into a pinch of the eye on the outside here, right? So it's not just a circular robotic eye slit kind of thing. It has a organic, almost human flow to it, which is really cool.
Yeah. Mr. Blue says, does white transparent increase opacity like titanium white would?
No, not the same. It's zinc. So it does not have very much, if any, opacity to it. It has some, but it's not a whole lot. Okay, on this, I've got this area that is like the temple
Mhm.
area on her, and I've got to get some brightness on that where it protrudes. That kind of runs up the side of the skull here. And then down the cheekbone. So I'm just finding the shapes of the model right now, and you can see I'm just using very abrupt little sketchy marks to do so, and then I might blend them together if I don't want it to have a ton of texture. But metal has texture to it, right? Metal has, I don't want to call it veining, but metal has a texture. Very fine lines of texture in metal where it bends and finds its shape, right? So I start just finding those areas, right? You can start to see it. You can see that on the front of her face, down beneath her nose, we have an area that gets bright right here, right? And then this, what would be a laugh line on a human, comes like that. And then right under the nostril, here, lip. Again, I'm just finding these areas where I know I would have brightness because of the shape of the face. Just trail that out with a little stipple. That almost gives her some age.
I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Oh, nice, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? We just continue to do this around the model. So obviously this thing is right up at the top of the head. So it would be bright almost all the way around. The spherical, semi-spherical thing protruding from the top of her dome, or the dome protruding from the top of her dome, wouldn't shadow it too much. Right? And then we have where the eyebrow comes up. You can already see, right, from the zenithal that it has brightness here, that traces down here.
Mm-hmm.
And we have this entire spherical side of the head that does the same. So I'm just going to make these semicircular marks. Bring it down like so. Paint the shape of how light would reflect off of there. Just like so.
Nice.
Remember, the zenithal works really, really well in this case of giving you the starting point. And so that can be one of the biggest helpers when doing non-metallic metal for your basic lighting. It'll only get you to this point. Beyond this, we start having to understand it and make it up as we go, right? So, but this first step of where does my brightness go is already laid out for us. It's kind of paint by numbers because the zenith will put the light right where it would have been. Right, so on this, I've got a little bit of the part of the jawline here that has a reflectiveness that will come across here with that overplate. This plate will cause there to be a little bit of reflection down here. I'll start creating that there. And then, of course, the protrusion of the jawline. And then around the chin, back to that point. They don't have to touch, though. And I've got a little bit here underneath the lip. There might be a little bit coming across here, too. And I'm not going super opaque right now. I want to make sure that I'm leaving myself some ability to have some of these colors, if they're not exactly where I want them, kind of fall away into darker midtones. Because I'm going to go brighter. But you can already kind of see how it's becoming a metal mask, right? We're starting to build up contrast.
Yeah.
And it really is just giving life to the area that the zenithal already showed was bright.
PK says, with non-metallic metals or time, you should use thin transparent versus regular paint to glaze.
Whatever you're comfortable with. I believe at this stage, what I'm trying to do is easier to do with the color you want specifically.
Yeah.
You could sketch all of this in white and black right now. There's a world where that might be easier for you, right? And so if you wanted to do this in white, blacks, and grays as you started, definitely. Like we've shown you in that, that creating textures video we did not too long ago.
Yeah.
That we talked about yesterday. There's a world where you could just do that with white and black. You can imagine in that video, if you watch how I do that, the belt buckle or the handcuffs that he has, right?
Yeah.
In metallic, and just the black and white and gray. And then going back and glazing color over that would give you, whatever metal you wanted. If you glaze like yellow, it would give you a gold. If you glaze a bluish, it would give you silver. So there's a world where you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that works really, really well. I tend to want to do this in color, right?
Yeah.
I want to be working my color up so that I'm only really doing it once. I'm lazy. And real paint, I think, is easier to do that with than trying to mix all of your transparents. But, if you're not 100% comfortable with things like the glaze wash medium and being able to get a paint to a glaze consistency and using the transparents helps you with that, then by all means, right? Use the transparents to get on here and get the definition of your contrast going.
Jason?
Sir, yes, sir?
It's 4
You're
o'clock.
going to tell me we're done?
I'm going to tell you we're done.
Dag nabbit.
The killer of fun. That's why you should come back tomorrow, because we're going to be doing this tomorrow again.
This is how
I'm
they
learning
reel you
stuff.
in, chat.
What's that?
This is how those evil streamers reel you in.
Me? Oh. No. But you should stay tuned for tomorrow's stream.
Yes, you should. Sorry, I'm on a roll.
That's okay.
Shapes on this model are fantastic. I think that this is a great one that we could use, like you said, Chris, to kind of teach you metallic, because the shapes are easy to follow as I'm sitting here painting her. This is the first time I painted her.
Mm-hmm.
And the way the sculpt is done really lends itself well to being able to follow along, regardless if you have a really good understanding of these shapes and how light falls on them or not. A quick zenithal like we did really helps.
Yeah, it does.
And makes this very easy to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, some models, a lot of models, don't actually give you the shape that they are.
Yeah.
To follow along with.
Absolutely. Right? No, this is a great spot.
This starts to show us what we need to go. So there we go. We're starting in on the bronze.
Good stuff.
We will continue working on her. I'm very excited to be able to
yeah, she's looking really good.
Do all this.
Looking great. Learning a lot on this one.
Do y'all really not have daylight savings times? No. We never change our clocks here. It's always the same time here.
Isn't that? It's very convenient and nice for us.
Well, it's not always the same time. It just is always the same. That it never changes. No, it does change. It's not always 2 o'clock.
It's always the same time.
But it's always the same time.
Nice.
Geiger, the look, if that's your thing. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, like this could be done in so many ways. The idea with the texture trainers is that they can inspire you to do a million things, and we wanted to make them at a low enough price point that you could buy the same one a dozen times if you wanted to and do them a dozen different ways and have it. Imagine having the same one hung across your wall, painted a dozen different ways, would be its own really cool art installation. It could be a really cool section of your home or a way to give out gifts or do whatever. We've already got a lot of people talking about using them in classes. We'd love to do something where we have like husbands and wives or significant others come and do like wine and paint, and you just kind of start painting one of these, whether you know how to paint or not. I think they just lend themselves very well to being able to do whatever you want to. You don't have to be a professional painter to just have a lot of fun with these. Just paint them one color, dry brush them, sketch on them, whatever. It's going to be awesome. It sounds Groundhog Day-like. What?
Awesome.
Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Hope you've had an enjoyable time watching paint dry with us. We do this from Monday through Friday, believe it or not. 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Monument Standard Time here in Phoenix, Arizona. We'd love to see you back. So if you're new around here, hit the follow button or the subscribe button if you're over on YouTube. We stream on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube simultaneously during those times. So we'd love for you to join us at any or all of those.
That's right.
If you have us up on 3 screens on all of them, I just hope you're doing it with all the volumes up.
You might be a redneck.
So you're a redneck win. But thanks so much for hanging out with us. Make sure to check the links Chris put in chat there. Go to monumenthobbies.com or monumenthobbies.eu. We have a store in the EU staffed by real monument human beings.
That's right.
Where you can buy all of your monument supplies, Pro Acrylic paints, Pro Series brushes, all the good stuff to get you inspired and help you along on your own personal miniature painting journey. We'd love to see it. Make sure to join the Discord. We've got a community of over 6,000 amazing artists just like yourselves. Great inspiration over there, great stories, great people asking questions. Really helpful community, very active. So come join us over there if you've ever got anything you want to add or drag out of it. If you've got questions, ask the community. They will listen, along with all of us at Monument Hobbies that are on there. So good times, good times. And then make sure to stick around because Chris is going to find us somebody to raid. Your hobby time might not be over. We'll find somebody to pass this along to, show some love in the chat we wind up in, and we will catch you back here tomorrow. Adios, gang.
Bye.